Medical cannabis security. Why do we need to talk about security of medical cannabis? Medical cannabis regulations update. The need for a loophole-free, seed-to-sale secure supply chain. Is security worthless? Founder and CEO of Pharma Security. From Israel, Yosi Sherman.
Hello, everybody. We have a very special day today. It's 11/11/2020, and I feel sorry that I'm not in Manila. I really want to be there, but this is the situation, and I hope next year we're gonna be on the site. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a founder and a CEO of Pharma Security, which is a leader consulting firm specializing in regulation, because I believe that regulation and security goes together, designing and implementing GSP. If you don't know what GSP, I'll tell you later about it. I'm a senior member of the government committee for medical cannabis security, and I'm ex-Israeli physical information and cyber security. So I have a lot of experience, more than 35 years in all aspects of security. About the company, Pharma Security is doing strategies, import-export logistics, and regulatory planning. We love to do turnkey projects and implementation because we think that security has to let you grow and will cover you with security. And to maintain the security, we do a lot of training and operations. So what's so special about medical cannabis, an aspect of security? There are many other stronger and more expensive narcotics and drugs. So medical cannabis is considered as a light drug. This is first. And you see that the police is not doing a lot about it. And so people just also enjoy it. Besides, it's been the answer for all diseases, so-called. It has a lot of success. We have in Israel a lot of research for this, for brain cancer, for leukemia. It's still being developed, but it is helping a lot of diseases. It's been legalized in more and more countries, and according to this, or parallel to this, the black market around this is growing very, very fast. So why do we need to talk about security for medical cannabis? The threat severity growth is in very high alert. You see the high monetary value. I just put it aside, you see, between the silver and the gold, somewhere in between. And in the moment, it's going to be a more precise medicals, let's say, for cancer, for leukemia, for epilepsy, or things like that. It's going to be much more double than gold. So it's a very desirable product. It has multiple users, and you have this piracy that goes along with this very valuable cannabis products. So about the regulations, we have to understand that while some countries are in the medical cannabis regulations are developed, well developed, I didn't meet any country that it's perfect. It's being developed. It's on the way. It's not finished yet, all the regulations. And in other countries, they are still writing the protocols. In most countries, in order to obtain license to deal with medical cannabis, the security plan is required. This security is along with GAP, which is the good agriculture practice, the GMP, the good medical practice, and as I mentioned before, the GSP, that's what we are dealing with, the good security practices, which goes very long with logistics. So what we do is we cover all the supply chain. In the seeds, you have a lot of aspects of data security. In the farms, you need to have a lot of physical security, mainly. You need all of it. Let's talk about cybersecurity in the farm. You'll use it whenever you have automation of controlling the lights. If somebody will take control of it, you are lost, okay? All your product are lost. And you won't be able to do this 4 times circle a year. You'll do much less than this. And then you have all the factory, which combines all of it, the security, the physical, and the data security. In the R&D, mainly it's cyber, and particularly you have to give a lot of thoughts about data security, because this is the whole value of this R&D. And if you lose it, you lose the whole game. And then you have the customers, and this last one, question mark, goes for destroying all the leftovers of what you have in all the chain, okay? It might be that a patient died, so you have to, you cannot use it again. Yeah, just to do it like drugs, but you have to give it also an answer, okay? So as I mentioned, it's a whole loop solution. If we start by the physical security, you have to protect this medical cannabis from criminal acts, leaking from unauthorized hands. I mean, inside your companies and outside your companies. You have to remember it. Intelligence security will protect you from all the critical infrastructure and intellectual property. You have to keep your intellectual property because the knowledge is most important to be protected. And the moment you have managers or workers that works for both sides, you have to take it into consideration and to think about it. We're doing a lot of background checks for the personnel. We're doing a lot of intelligence operations just to understand that the people that you are working with is working only for you and not for other people. And information security includes all the protecting about unauthorized use of electronic data that you use, all your machines, all your measures taken, and we do a lot of effort in this. You can sit in Manila and do something in Florida if you know how to do it, and we have to protect it. Now more than ever, all the remote working and all the infrastructure gives you the ability to attack these systems and to get a lot of information out of your site and your company. But security is worthless if you don't take into consideration all of this. You have to stand for the regulations. What we do is we give you the ability to stand for the regulations, which including security and logistics, because nowadays everything is moving from the products are moving more and more easily from one country to the other. So the security combines with the logistics. But you have to think to understand that the regulation is the basics. After we manage to give you a whole protection that stands for the regulation, for the security regulations, you have to protect more. You have to implement more, but this is according to your budget. But to stand for the regulations, you have to You have to put the money into it as much as needed to stand the regulation, and then you do whatever you want to cover more aspects of security. You have to see what's going on around in the areas that you are protecting, the locational threats. You have to do the operation capabilities. Can you carry a gun? Some countries that guards cannot carry a gun, but you still have to protect this cannabis. So you have to think about all the aspects that what's going on in every and each location and country. And then you have this smart technology solutions that may cover a lot of, give you a lot of advantages in security with much less money. And that's what we love to do. This is the most, this is what gives us the pleasure of doing our work, to do more with less money. Okay, let's go on. In the real life, we met a lot of cases that happens, and I want to share some of them with you. Anyway, you have to think out of the box for solutions, as I mentioned also before. Seeding piracy, it's all about seeding. The moment you have the good seeds, you're having the big money. So there was a case that a group of 3 men came. They flew half world to get to a laboratory, broke in, took the seeds, went back to the airport and ran away with it. They have it now. And you have to think about it. How much money did they put in getting these seeds that they knew in advance that it's very valuable because of leaks of information from this company? The leaks are coming from the employee sabotage. Maybe they do it by accident. Maybe they do it on purpose. Maybe they do it for money. Maybe they do it to show off. Anyway, you have to think about it and to implement measures to stop these leaks of information, or to stop the thieves by your employee. That happens also. And I met some cases that managers in the company, including CEOs, did it because it's very easy money. It's on the shelf. You can sell it easily, and you have to think about it. Repackaging, packaging forgery is being done these days to get the cannabis that people are growing in their backyard. And you see here, you see the fake one. They took the real one, they copy it, just the package, okay? They put the stuff that they use, a lot of fertilizers and other things that they grow it in a piracy way, and they pack it as if it's real, and they sell it in the market in very high price. You have now this, you have certain measures that you can do. You have to, one example that I'll give you is to do an undercover car. That you do an you're talking about transportation, and you're talking about places that you cannot use guns, and so you do other measures. For this one, this looks like a very innocent car until you come to this point that you have it on one side, opening the safe, and in the same car on the other side, this is from the back and this is from the side. So this is just one example of what we do if we have to do innovative things, and it works. Thank you very much for listening to me. Again, I would have been very happy to meet you in face. I miss the time that in a conference, after you give the presentation, people comes over and talk to you. But in nowadays, we have to protect ourselves. And I think my trip to the Philippines will be the next time. Anyway, you have here my details, and we'll be more than happy to help you and assist you with questions and whatever need is in security for medical cannabis. Thank you so much. It's two total different things. We are doing the planning. We are doing the planning of what you need. And then how to implement it. One of the measures is to take these companies that gives you bodyguards with this level or another level, but we'll give you the plan that you know what to hire. It means that you take certain qualified personnel for this. I'll give you the basic for training. I'll do the test once in a while, penetration tests and others, just to see that they are staying in the level that we are paying for them. And I can save you a lot of money in this measure because I do a very strong contract with this company and with these companies that you are hiring guards from, and and on this base you can save a lot of money with my experience. Another question, please?
Yes, and our second question is regarding security in Thailand for the developing cannabis market. What is the most likely security leak risk?
Usually it's the inside. That's why what we do is we do a security background check about the personnel of all levels. I'm insist on it, on all levels. Then we do a lot of we do a lot of tests. So while they're working, we do a lot of tests in between to see their reliability. And we have all other measures that I think about how to say it without discovering the secrets, because it can give ideas to people that want to harm us. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, and the last question is, considering the developing situation for medical cannabis in Thailand and the likeliness of profitability being as far out as 3 years, how reasonable is it and affordable for a company to invest in this level of security when they aren't going to see any profits for even 3 years?
The basic idea is to do the planning in advance, because afterwards, if you come to a site that already has been built, you'll pay much more money to protect it according to the regulation than to do it in advance. This is very basic. It's a very basic thing for security. We know from experience that you know the regulation in advance. You have to pick up the place. And before you choose the site, please consider talking to us, because this is very essential. Sometimes the site is not good enough for protecting the factory, protecting the farm, or protecting even the laboratory.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.